Last time out for Atlanta United 2, the three-match homestand started off with that. A Jackson Conway goal, but by the end of the evening, it was shared points with the Charleston Battery. Match 2, a stern test with the Tampa Bay Rowdies as they come to town. We'll find out what happens next. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+. From Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw, it is some weekend action at the Fraction here on ESPN Plus in the USL Championship. It's Atlanta United 2, the hosts, coming in with a record of 7-9-8, going up against one of the best of the business this season, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, coming in with a record of 16-6-1. Alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so tonight. And Jason, we are this close to seeing a record-setting performance by the Rowdies as they come to Kennesaw tonight.
They're already one of the best teams in the USL Championship, but defensively, they are on the verge of setting the all-time USL Championship shutout record. You see it there. Bunch of wins, a draw mixed in, but zeros on the board. This team defensively has everything they will need to lift the trophy at the end of the year.
They have not lost a match since the end of July, and one of those forces at the back is definitely one of the class in the USL Championship. He's 6'6", and we've seen him a lot.
Forrest Lasso, we've seen him in a lot of different places, but we've always seen him on the USL Best 11. 4 times in a row. He was the Defender of the Year in the USL Championship last year. I think he's found a home for himself in Tampa Bay. We talk about Lasso and his size and how good he is on set pieces and how good he is in the air. He's getting better and better at reading the game and organizing the back line around him.
For Atlanta United 2 tonight, first and foremost, we get a new guy showing up in the starting 11.
Eric Lopez was supposed to debut in Atlanta with Atlanta United 2 last season. He was here on loan from Olympia in Paraguay, but because of a pandemic, it was very difficult for him to train with the first team, play with the second team. That wasn't allowed at that point, so he trained, and he's made his MLS debut. This is his USL Championship debut and an opportunity to impress Gonzalo Pineda and earn more time.
When we come back, we'll let you see the starting 11s and get you ready for the first 45. Atlanta United 2, Tampa Bay Rowdies coming up around the corner. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truest, together for better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truest, together for better.
No matter what life throws your way, Piedmont Urgent Care by Well Street is here for you. Our virtual urgent care visit connects you with a Piedmont clinic provider wherever you are. Get treatment for minor illnesses and injuries, and learn about COVID-19 testing. Start your virtual urgent care visit online. In-person visits are also available at our 27 locations. Wherever and whenever you need it, we offer more ways to get care. Book now at piedmonturgentcare.org/virtual visit.
Welcome back to Kennesaw and summer in the south. Rain had held off for most of the afternoon. It has started up here in the last couple of minutes, so we'll see how much it impacts what's going on here at Fifth Third. Let's take a look at the starting 11s. Jason, starting off with the visiting Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, this could end up looking more like a 3-5-2 than a 3-4-3. Jan Ekra in great form here lately. A couple of goals and 3 assists on the season. Watch for him to drop underneath Guinzatti and Dos Santos, who's been a great addition for them coming over. Former teammate of Robbie Mertz at Pittsburgh. 51 goals in the USL Championship since 2015 for Dos Santos.
On the flip side for Atlanta United 2, in addition to Eric Lopez's debut, what else do you see when we see this starting 11?
A lot of firepower up top in the front three with Lopez, with Mateos, and with Mackie Jope. But watch it, Johnny Fortune and Robbie Mertz playing in front of Abdoulaye Diop. Abdoulaye Diop's been injured most of the season. 5th start of the year. Such a strong number 6, can hold down the midfield. That'll free up Fortune and Mertz to go hunting and to drive this team forward.
That is your starting lineups as we get you ready for Atlanta United 2 and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. There is the man in the middle this evening, Melvin Rivas. Your assistants on the night, Brian Marshall and Ben Regal. Your fourth tonight is Kyle Johnston, so we'll be listening to Melvin Rivas' whistle and his decisions on the night here over the next 90 minutes.
I hope we're not listening to that whistle too much.
Yes. You see Tampa Bay in their neon outfits. Gets a check plus from the announce booth because you can see them and the numbers. We like that.
Very, very clear. And I like what they're looking for here off this kickoff. The overload on the left side.
Atlanta United 2 in their All Blacks with the 5 stripes going north and south. And we are underway here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. We'll get Jason's keys to the match coming up in just a little bit.
Big aerial win by Bryce Washington.
Washington will send it back to Rocco Rios Novo here in the first 45 minutes. As you're watching, Atlanta United 2 will be going from left to right. Tampa Bay will be going from right to left.
Already getting the Twitter conversation going with one of the great podcasts covering USL Championship, the Unused Substitute Show. Ready to watch the Rowdies.
Eric Lopez. And a foul is called by Aaron Guillen. Quick start by Atlanta United 2. Bauer to Bradley Camden-Feo. Sends it forward with the left. Mikey Ambrose's first touch. Up to Light Jope. Working it around to Bauer. Back and forth with Bryce Washington. In addition to the rain that we've started to have here over the last couple of minutes, remember we also had the sprinklers too, so you're seeing the water splashing up just a little bit here so far.
No puddles forming anywhere yet, but there's definitely water kind of on top of the grass, so we'll be curious to see how the ball reacts to that at times.
Dos Santos leaves it for Leo Fernandez. Charging in, peels it back to Atlanta United. 2 players are there. Hand fighting with Bauer, and Mertz sends it in. First chance in with the left, and Rocco Rios Novo right there off the post, and in a minute and 50 seconds in, Tampa Bay gets a goal on the board. It's their leading scorer, Sebastian Guinzatti, his 13th on the year, and the 2s are down early.
Everything starts with the great first touch from Lawrence Wyke to get inside of a Johnny Fortune. He puts in a low-driven cross into the 6, and Rocco Rios Novo can't grab this one cleanly. Not sure if the wet turf had a hand in that. Rebounds back off the post, and then is slammed home by Guinzatti. Goal number 13 of the year for Sebastian.
And that's the kind of early result that you're looking for if you're a Tampa Bay Rowdies fan. On top in their division, chasing a piece of history, coming in tonight in the Atlantic at 16-6-6, 2 points clear of Pittsburgh, 2 matches in hand and they've got the first goal on the board here in Kennesaw.
It's always tough to face a team like the Rowdies, but to give up an early goal, that mountain just got really tall for Atlanta United too. We're going to learn a lot about what this team is made up of mentally tonight.
Bauer working with Camden Feo. Sending it back to Rocco Rios Novo. Bauer leading Bryce Washington a bit. Back and forth with a Johnny Fortune. Robbie Mertz. Making his way up the left channel, pass is picked off, but Lewis Hilton does not save it. It's going to be a throw for Atlanta United 2, late minute 4.
Mertz's playmaking will be very, very important tonight. That was not a good pass, left it a little bit short, but Atlanta regains possession.
Bauer and Bryce Washington. Washington sending it long. Mackie Jope is there. Second ball picked up by Mikey Ambrose. Mertz to his left. Mertz sends it in toward the top of the 6, headed out, back in, and is going to call a foul on Bryce Washington coming over the top. He'll head back to Tampa Bay.
Gonzatti had tracked back. It was in front of Washington. Didn't look like Washington got the hands out on him. Not a whole lot of collision there. As we see Aaron Guillen. This back line for Tampa Bay, Guillen, Lasso, and Scarlett, along with goalkeeper Evan Loro, started every match this season. A lot of continuity with this group.
Guillen leading in minutes played with just over 2,000. Gets to the midpoint of the first half. He'll clear 2,100 on the year. And you can't say enough about those three at the back, those three center backs for Tampa Bay. Foul there.
Our old friend Lawrence Wyke. That's one thing about Wyke, is he can get a little reckless in the challenges from time to time and give up some free kicks. Opportunity here for Atlanta to knock the ball around a little bit, and we'll see if Wyke can stay out of foul trouble with our referee.
And here Jack Collison barking out instructions. Bauer back to Rios Novo halfway through minute number 6. Mertz turns on Hilton. Mikey Ambrose lets it go through. You almost had a piece of that opportunity to grab that as it was sent up this way.
Now we have the windows closed for a reason.
There's some of your diehards here at Fifth Third tonight. Mikey Ambrose back to Bradley Camden Feo and Rocco Rios Novo. Great start to the day if you're an Atlanta United fan, with the exciting win down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this afternoon. Hoping to replicate that here tonight against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Down a goal early, and the Rowdies now with possession. Sebastian Dalgard sends it to Jordan Scarlett. It'll go all the way back to Evan Loro. Guillen sending it forward. And Johnny Fortune is there. Jack Collison wants a foul, and you're going to get one called.
Good work by Johnny Fortune to draw that as well.
Your keys to the match tonight, what'd you think?
Atlanta United, too, is a playoff contender now. It's a big change for them. They've got to play like it. Giving up that early goal, not really showing that, but let's see what the response is. And I feel like speed for the Twos is a really important element for them to find an advantage against Tampa Bay. We know the strength from Tampa Bay. I mean, that's what gives them their ability here to have this kind of a shutout streak and to be leading the division. But my question is, are they the undisputed best team in the USL Championship? I think they are. I think this is the cream of the crop in the USL Championship, and it's a great test for Atlanta United, too. I want to see if they can win the trophy at the end of the season, these Rowdies.
Steven Dos Santos got in the way of that idea from Bauer. Back and forth continues. Handball call. It's going to stick with the stripes.
I mean, to go a little bit further on the strong element of it, we saw a lot of games between these two teams last year when they were in the same division. And they were always competitive, but the size and strength advantage for the Rowdies definitely played into the way that those games turned out. I think what we're seeing from Tampa Bay, though, tonight, especially with this early lead, is they're able to knock the ball around a little bit. I want to see what they can do in those moments. Can they generate their own chances in those moments? They have the players to do so. Lawrence White has been a great addition for them. His quality on the ball and his quality in picking out a pass with 4 assists this season. It's a new dimension for the Rowdies.
You mentioned last season in the 4 matches, they all went Tampa Bay's way, but 3 of them were 2-1. One of them was 2-0, but Atlanta United 2 was right there with them over those full 90 minutes.
Great ball by Camden Feo to pick out Mateus.
Mateus spins, finds Mikey Ambrose. Mateus tried to send it in looking for a cutting Robbie Mertz. It goes all the way back out. Dos Santos had it, lost it, gained it back was Jan Ekra, and here come the Rowdies again. Leo Fernandez, Bryce Washington on him. Step over. Hurling it back, sending it to the top of the area. Easy pickup for Rocco Rios Novo, late minute 9.
Fernandez and Guinzati usually completely on the same wavelength every time we see them. That time, not quite there, as Fernandez had cut inside. Guinzati tried to give it back to him.
Rios Novo to Abdoulaye Diop. Working back and forth with Bradley Camden Feo. Over to Bauer. Back to Rios Novo again. We'll try it again with Camden Feo on the left. Fortune. Back and forth with Mikey Ambrose. Ambrose in his second start in a row with Atlanta United 2. Sent up over the top. The hop was picked up very well by Jordan Scarlett. It'll be a throw for the twos in the attacking third.
It's going to be the second ball for Atlanta United 2 that they have to win. Neil Collins has such an organized defense, and that trio that we talked about that started together every time, they're going to win the aerial duels. They're going to win the first ball, but it's the second ball where Atlanta United 2 might be able to find some joy and find some opportunities. It's going to be down to Mertz and Fortune to pick those out.
Bauer to Mackie Diop, who found Bryce Washington to maintain possession. They'll go back to Bauer again, and he'll find Rios Novo. Camden Feo to Eric Lopez. Halfway through minute number 11. If you joined us late, second minute goal by Sebastian Guinzati gives the Tampa Bay Rowdies a 1-0 lead. They are on top of the Atlantic Division, chasing after a record that they could get in the second half for most consecutive minutes without giving up a goal. They'd have to get into the 49th minute tonight. Here comes Atlanta United 2. Robbie Mertz can't quite get there. It'll be a goal kick for Tampa Bay.
Mackie Diop could be a player who makes that record difficult to achieve. Such an unpredictable player, especially out on the flank. I like what Jack Collison has done with Mackie Diop. We've seen him traditionally as a number 9, but playing as a winger, he has a lot of freedom to come inside, find the game, but he can beat people down the flank as well.
Evan Loro sending everyone into the middle third before he addresses the ball. There's that second ball that you were talking about, Jason, won by Bauer, but Dos Santos got in the way. I say it was last touched by Atlanta United 2. It'll be a throw for the Rowdies.
Evan Loro in goal for the Rowdies, a Red Bulls Academy product, started his USL Championship career with New York Red Bulls too. And when you look at the goalkeeping situation for the New York Red Bulls, I think they probably regret letting Loro get away. I think he's a outstanding goalkeeper who could step in and could be playing for the Red Bulls right now in MLS. Tampa Bay's game.
Played in every match so far for the Rowdies this season with a goals against of .65. So basically 2 goals allowed in every 3 matches played. Save percentage about 5 out of every 7, closing in on 3 out of every 4 shots that he faces, he will save. Stout numbers for Evan Loro. Camden Feo back to Rios Novo. He's got Bauer to his right. That's where he will go.
The rain's getting a little bit heavier.
You see the track that's left by the ball as it's going from one player to another.
We saw the seating project here firsthand at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. The pitch is immaculate now. It's an amazing surface, and it's pretty lush. So with this, condensation on top of it and continued rain, we're not seeing any puddles, and the pitch drains really, really well. We have seen that in the past. But it is slowing things up at times, but it's also speeding things up at times. It depends on how the ball comes across it. Like the rollers will slow down a bit, but the ones with a little air under them will skip.
Mertz, Eric Lopez tried to send Mackie Jope. Jordan Scarlett got in the way. Jan Ekra there now. Lopez tried to get it away from him. Dalgard sends it forward with the right, up and over Dos Santos, and getting back to it is Bauer to Rios Novo, and Rios Novo will get it away from Sebastian Guenzati. Bryce Washington works forward as we head toward minute 15.
If it's your first time seeing Atlanta United 2, Rocco Rios Novo, outstanding with the ball at his feet. He can play as a field player in those situations. He's comfortable being very far outside of his 18 and just playing in the build-up phase of play.
Dalgard gets in the way of that with his left, and here comes Tampa Bay. Lawrence Wyke charging through. No whistle from Melvin Rivas. Wyke wants one.
Wyke wanted that call. Johnny Fortune might have gotten a touch to the ball. I'm not sure how much of Wyke he actually got. I'm not sure if he got the ball either. Rivas lets it go all the way around.
Fortune to Bryce Washington. Lopez can't quite handle it, and here comes Tampa Bay again.
Got to have better control there from Eric Lopez. A big opportunity for Lopez to impress tonight.
Ekra back and forth with Lewis Hilton, the young Harris College product. Sebastian Dalgard, and a foul on Mikey Ambrose.
Sloppy defending from Ambrose. Nice work by Dalgard to draw the foul. Take another look at the one with Wyke and Fortune. Could have gotten the call. I think Fortune did get a slight touch on the ball, and he got a little bit of a touch on Wyke as well. Rivas decided to let it go all the way around. Wyke did make a little bit more of it than there was there, I think.
Hilton toward the top of the area, picked off by Bauer. Mertz back to Camden Feo. Tries to keep it in, sending it deep with the left. I'm going to say it went out, and it's going to go to Tampa here close to center line for a throw.
Thought they might be able to take that quickly, about 25 yards further up the field.
Yeah. Jordan Scarlett will throw. Finding a large target in Steven Dos Santos. Camden Feo will send it forward. He'll find Darlon Mateus. Can't keep possession there as 3 Tampa Bay Rowdies players were right there with it, but it's going to stick with the stripes. Robbie Mertz looking for a quick opportunity here to throw it in. Gives to Mikey Ambrose instead.
The slide from Wyke didn't win that, but it took away an option from Mateus. He ended up losing possession, but Atlanta regains it on the throw. Mateus, one of the better dribblers in the USL Championship. Tampa Bay does not want to see him get loose running at defenders.
Camden Feo had a little bit of room, wants to send it forward with the left, looking for Mertz. Scarlett got the first touch, and they're going to call a foul. Looks like a foul on Lewis Hilton, and he can't believe it, so it'll be a set piece for Atlanta United 2.
Yeah, it's on the second ball. Scarlett won the initial one, but Mertz and Hilton battling for the second ball. Hilton had his boot up a bit. Little surprised that one got called.
So Eric Lopez, Darlon Mateus discussing what to do here. Quick restart. Lopez chips it with the right, headed in just north of the 6. Headed away by Jan Ekra, but getting there is a Johnny Fortune. He'll send it back in with the right, looking for Camden Feo. Jordan Scarlett will keep him from touching the ball. It'll be a goal kick for Tampa.
Good look there to try to play Camden Feo, and it's overhit. Camden Feo shoves Scarlett off at the end. See if we come back to that combination of Scarlett and Camden Feo again. Great work by Mertz to pick that one off.
White lost control of it. Eric Lopez has Mateus to his left, wants to set it up and over the bar. Sliding chance by Mateus. Atlanta United 2 here early minute 19.
Couldn't quite get it under control, Darwin Mateus. It's great work by Mertz to start this by picking it off. Lopez with a good ball to Mateus. He can't get control, and I don't think he saw Johnny Fortune sneaking up to the outside of him to his left.
And as Evan Loro's directing traffic, since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier at the USL Championship, many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Here comes Tampa Bay once again. Sebastian Dalgard stops his run to Lewis Hilton. Hilton nicely done to Jan Ekra. Ekra tried to work his way past Bauer, and it's going to be a corner kick for Tampa Bay here as we turn into the 20th minute.
Ekra coming off a great performance last time out against Red Bulls 2. Really able to pull the strings for this Rowdies team, and with Guinzati and Dos Santos and Leo Fernandez all around, got a lot of options to play it into.
Lewis Hilton will take the corner. Short option is Leo Fernandez. He'll send it in toward the top of the 6, headed down and wide.
Tampa Bay thought they would get another corner out of that. Dos Santos was able to go up and win it.
Quick work by Rocco Rios Novo, finds Eric Lopez.
Lopez finding his footing now.
Darwin Mateus sends it in cross, and backtracking at Johnny Fortune. Jan Ekra got in the way.
Oh, Johnny Fortune. I thought he could have thrown his body at that to slide in on the back post. Maybe couldn't quite get there.
Leo Fernandez. Coming up the left channel, sends it back, picked off by Mackie Joe. Boris Lasso there to pick it up, and he will send it forward for Tampa Bay.
Conditions are going to make this one a little tricky. We're seeing both teams have some issues with it, and I don't know if this rain is going to let up anytime soon.
Big switch from Guinzati to Dalgard. Wyke. Good work there with Dos Santos. Wyke on the charge, comes inside the area, tries to cut it back. Headed away by Atlanta United 2, but not all the way out. Fernandez tried to do something with Dos Santos, but here comes Atlanta United 2 on the full run. Eric Lopez looking for Mateus. Jordan Scarlett will get there, and he'll get it back to Evan Loro.
It's easy for Scarlett. Scarlett and Loro played together so many times in the past in the Red Bulls organization. Scarlett knew exactly what he was going to do on that one.
Nicely done there to get in the way. Atlanta United 2. Eric Lopez trying to do something with it and can't, but here comes Tampa Bay again.
Stuffed by Fernandez.
Dos Santos down the left. Couldn't control it. It's going to go back to Atlanta United 2 halfway through the 22nd minute.
Nice tracking there from Josh Bauer. Bauer made the same trip that I did up from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. He was there early today. I think he might have been player number 21, just in case there was an injury in the warm-ups or anything like that. Had a little bit of a workout early before everything got started. Not needed, so now he's playing tonight.
Scarlett, instead of working it around to Dalgard, sends it back to Evan Loro. Wants to come through the middle. Lewis Hilton is there. Jan Ekra, Dalgard, Scarlett. Lewis Hilton tries to spin away from a Johnny Fortune, sending it forward, and the flag is up on Dos Santos.
Nice work by Atlanta's back line to draw Dos Santos offside.
Neil Collins disagreeing with that idea, making his feelings known.
Our microphones on that side of the pitch might need to get turned down a notch or two.
Yeah.
As the night goes on.
Yep. Bryce Washington for Atlanta United 2.
Maybe at least turned away from the benches.
Yes. Rios Novo and a Johnny Fortune. Trying to do some probing. Working it to the back, and Bauer. Give to Mertz. Hilton is there. He leads it for Ekra to defend. Bauer, nice ball to Mackie Jope.
Very fluid in the attack tonight for Atlanta. Mackie Jope popping up on the left side now. We've seen Lopez bounce around, Mateus bounce around. It's a very fluid front three.
So Mackie Jope will send it back to Bauer near center circle. Johnny Fortune. Give to Eric Lopez.
I like Lopez dropping in there. He's got to demand the ball in some tight spots now. He's got to demand the ball in opportunities that he can turn and go to goal. A little bit of a statement kind of game for Eric Lopez, who, with Luis Araujo joining the MLS side, Lopez has fallen down the pecking order just a little bit. A big performance tonight could change that.
Wenzati. Fernandez down the left. Thought about the entry pass, pulled it back. Wyke sends it all the way across to Sebastian Dalgard. Jan Ekra now. Mikey Ambrose closing on Dalgard. Dalgard gets it past him. Stops, cuts it back. Wyke deflected and wide. It'll end up being a corner for Tampa Bay.
Brilliant from Sebastian Dalgard. Absolutely brilliant to get around Mikey Ambrose on the outside, and then not just put a cross in across the face of goal, drops it back. Wyke has a great opportunity, but Josh Bauer sacrifices his body, blocks it with his back.
See Forrest Lasso at 6'6". Working his way in for this set piece as we turn in from the corner here at minute 26. Lewis Hilton. Sends it in with the right. High, arcing, back post. Lasso is there. Headed down again, right to Rocco Rios Novo from Steven Dos Santos.
Rocco held his line. He's able to make that save. Distribution not on point, though.
Coming back, here's Aaron Guillen. Give to Wyke. Fernandez looking to turn. Dos Santos has it. Sends it in with the left. Through the 6. Looks like it might just finally trickle out, and it finally does.
Yeah, that's a shot that Dos Santos pulls wide out for a throw. Could have turned into a cross if somebody had been crashing on the backside, but Rocco Rios Novo let that go for a reason. Rebounds are going to be an issue. Shots from distance, it's something Atlanta United 2 should be looking at as well if the opportunity presents itself. Goalkeepers are going to have a hard time collecting everything. Ooh, that's a nasty challenge.
Dalgard. And into the pocket, so it's going to be a yellow for Sebastian Dalgard.
The conditions make these kinds of challenges a little tricky as well. We'll take another look. Mertz and Ambrose trying to spin out. Ooh, no, that has nothing to do with the conditions. That foot is high and it studs up straight leg. The slide might have made it a little bit worse, but the leg was up high and it was studs up. Honestly, Dalgard is very lucky that there is not a video assistant referee here in USL Championship, because if that one gets looked at, it could be a straight red. It's just reckless. I don't think he's going in with any intent to injure anyone. I think it's just reckless. A little frustrated, can't get the ball back as Atlanta's trying to play out of that corner, and goes in recklessly. Again, hitting the ground might have added a little more pace to it, but he went straight leg, studs up.
Second ball won by Tampa Bay, but here comes Bauer for Atlanta United 2. Abdoulaye Diop lost his footing and possession. Jan Ekra now charging. Bauer nicely done to defend to get the ball away, and they're going to call a foul there. So a set piece for Tampa and a yellow for Bauer.
The yellow doesn't make any sense. The yellow, I think, is more than anything in response to what happened just a minute ago with Dalgard. It has nothing to do with Bauer. Foul, sure, because I think Bauer catches some of Ekra as he's trying to recover. Ekra beat a couple. Bauer tries to hook around. He does catch him. It's a foul. It's not studs up at Ekra. There's a huge difference there. That yellow doesn't make sense in just that foul. It feels like one of those yellows that you'll see to try to calm everybody down. But Bauer's the recipient.
5th yellow on the season for Bauer. So Lewis Hilton over this. Let's see what he has in mind. Trying to send it into the area. Headed away. Chested down by Eric Lopez to get possession. And
hand up to the face. Collins is losing his mind. Lopez goes down immediately. Both teams are going to put our referee tonight in some difficult situations. They're both trying to work him in different ways. Melvin Rivas is going to have a lot to do. Let's take a look at this one. Lopez, stop start. Hand doesn't get up to the face until the very end. The arm does get out. It's on the chest. Maybe there's a flick at the end. I think it's the right no call there on a card. Lopez trying to get more out of it than was actually there.
So we'll keep an eye on the relationships between Collins and Collison and Rivas for the remaining 60 minutes of this match.
Got a Welsh accent over there and a Scottish accent. I'm sure this is going to be fun for the 4th official to interpret the whole time.
Mikey Ambrose. Camden Feo back to Rios Novo. Ball kind of took a while to get to Abdoulaye Diop. Robbie Mertz gets away from Lewis Hilton. Nicely done.
It's good work, but he has to spin back, though. Hilton doesn't mind that.
Boris Lasso wins a header. Second depth ball. Mateus. Lopez there with the left. Big save, Evan Loro.
That's just flat out what Evan Loro does. Everything breaks down, which doesn't happen all that often for Tampa Bay, and Evan Loro makes the play when he has to.
Lopez again. Lawrence Wyke. Looking for Mackie Diop, who was double teamed. Back to Lopez. Sends it with the left forward. Looking for Mateus. Atlanta United 2 wanted a foul on Lasso. No whistle there. And here comes Tampa Bay again.
Yeah, it looked like Mateus was stepped on from behind.
Mateus is still down back behind the play. Camden Feo sends the ball out. It'll be a throw for Tampa Bay as he was dueling with Dos Santos.
It looked like Mateus was stepped on from behind when that ball was one away from him. Camden Feo and Steven Dos Santos with a wrestling matchup against the touchline. At the end of that, be a Tampa Bay throw.
Dalgard will do the honors. 3 sets of joust sent forward and sent all the way down by Abdoulaye Diop. Chasing after it is Mateus, and it will go out for a throw for Tampa Bay and Jordan Scarlett. While Scarlett is regrouping, 2 clubs battling over the Atlantic Division's final playoff spot take center stage while the USL and ESPN continues. Charlotte Independence travels north to Dillon Stadium to take on Hartford Athletic Thursday, September 30 at 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN Deportes. And normally I ask you this question about 10 minutes ago, but because the action has been what it is, what have you seen so far?
A lot of friction between these two. Lots of friction. But Tampa Bay's got the early goal, and that just makes it so much easier for the Rowdies with that cushion. We could see some fireworks between these two before the night's over.
Right there, and a foul. Steven Dos Santos not happy on that call.
Yeah, it's a foul. I mean, I don't understand the reaction. It's a foul. He comes across and fouls him. Rivas is going to have to get control of those kinds of reactions as well, because when you let that go and you don't even have the talking to about it, the next reaction will be worse, and the next reaction will be more. Rivas has to, I think, do a little bit better job commanding respect.
Rios Novo through Bauer to Bryce Washington. Sending it long with the right, looking for Mackie Jope. Forrest Lasso is there. Sent into the middle with the left through a Johnny Fortune. Abdoulaye Jope firing from distance over the bar.
He's got that shot in his locker. Abdoulaye Jope will take that when the time comes. Got the green light. He puts this one over the bar. That last sequence, I think, shows a little bit of the maturity of Forrest Lasso as well, because Forrest Lasso will, in the past, he would have dove in. He might have committed a foul on Mackie Jope. He might have tried to win that immediately. All he did was make sure that Mackie Jope couldn't turn and go to goal. Forces the lower percentage play, which is the long-range shot from Abdoulaye Jope. It's great defending from Forrest Lasso. His reading of the game has improved so much over the years.
And before Evan Loro sent that ball back into play, Melvin Rivas gave Loro a no more. He pointed to his watch and said, "That's it."
Yeah, I mean, it's early. We'll see how that actually plays out. Loro might test him on it. Loro has been deliberate in bringing the ball back into play. It hasn't been too much as of yet, but Rivas has set that bar. Let's see if he stands up to that and decides to show a yellow to Loro for time wasting.
Nice ball. Fortune to Eric Lopez. Mackie Jope bumped off by Jan Ekra. Kept possession, but Jordan Scarlett gets in the way nicely there for Tampa Bay. Jan Ekra battling with Mateus. Mikey Ambrose now battling. Tampa Bay coming back the other way with Lawrence Wyke. Nice ball over the top. Sebastian Guinzotti. Step over. Thinks about the left and the right, cuts it outside the area. Back to Fernandez. Well
outstanding from a Johnny Fortune. Stood up Guinzotti and then stuffs Fernandez.
Wyke all the way back to Lasso. Almost sent Aaron Guillen back the other way. Here comes the pressure from Atlanta United too. Lasso looking for any outlet. Will send it long with the left on the ground. Ends up with Fernandez. Bryce Washington there to defend. Wyke into the open spaces. Jan Ekra and Dalgard. Early minute 36, 1-0 Tampa Bay, and just the opportunity through the 6. Looks like this is going to stay in, so Bryce Washington's going to have to track it down. And player is down for Tampa Bay inside the area.
Fernandez, who was lunging to try to get on the end of it. Loose defending from Atlanta. An opportunity here as Fernandez tried to crash through the 6 and get on the end of the cross from Dalgard. Dalgard hits it early and bends it in.
Ooh.
That's an awkward one. It looked like he tried to get there and his knee went down first.
Yeah.
Really odd lunge. He's okay. He's walking now. I think it's more of just it kind of scared him. It looked really bad. He's grabbed his hip. That actually makes a lot of sense. If his knee went into the ground, it kind of jars everything.
Yep. So at the tail end of the play, the right knee goes in, you jar the right hip, and Fernandez goes down for a while.
A little bit of an opportunity to regroup here for both teams.
One more promo to read here in the first 45 minutes. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr. Every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app.
Drop ball because the ball was in Bryce Washington's possession. Going to stop to get Fernandez treatment. Fernandez back on the field now.
38th minute now turned here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. The goal on the board in the second minute by Sebastian Guinzotti has been the difference. As Tampa Bay tries to get full points here in a divisional crossover game, stay on top of the Atlantic Division with matches in hand next to the second place team in the division, Pittsburgh. Knocked away by Jordan Scarlett. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United too. Ambrose and Fortune back and forth. Into Darwin Mateus. He's got Lopez to his left. He'll drive on Lawrence White. Cuts it back. Back and forth. Toward the top of the six. Knocked away by Tampa Bay. Dos Santos with it. But Abdoulaye Diop is there. His last touched by Atlanta United 2. It'll be a throw for Tampa Bay.
Not going to be able to run that one down, Abdoulaye Diop. Darwin Mateus was able to create some space to put in a cross, but it's so difficult with these three center backs for Tampa Bay. It's such a strong defensive foundation. I feel like you've beat one and there's two more there waiting for you.
Jan Ekra sent all the way over looking for Sebastian Dalgard. He'll track it down. Ekra will go for the big switch. Bryce Washington there to get in the way, but it goes right to Steven Dos Santos. Dos Santos thought about it with the right, deflected, and here comes Atlanta United 2 again.
Nice work by Bauer to bail out Washington. Poor decision to head that back inside. Bauer got the block.
And a foul on Jordan Scarlett, and it looks like it's either going to be a talking to. That's all it's going to be, a talking to for Jordan Scarlett from Melvin Rivas.
Yeah, a lot of talking tos. Going to be an interesting spot here in the second half because I don't know if the talking twos are going to change anything yet.
Ambrose and Camden Feo to get things restarted. Rocco Rios Novo over to Josh Bauer. Up and over looking for Mackie Diop. They're going to call Mackie Diop for the foul.
Yeah, that arm getting out a little bit is what's going to get the call. Aaron Guillen, a veteran, he knows how to draw that foul. We talk a lot about Lasso, and we highlighted him at the beginning. I think most people look at him with the awards he's won in the best 11s and maybe downplay Guillen and Scarlett a little bit. It's the perfect trio defensively. They all complement one another, and they've all been around the block a little bit, so they know how to play in these kinds of moments.
Lost possession for Atlanta United 2. It's 4-on-4. Reinforcements coming for Tampa. Sent in. Rocco Rios Novo is there.
Great ball by White to spray it out wide. Rios Novo makes the necessary play and then springs the counter.
Robbie Mertz gets away from Hilton and Ekra, and they're going to call a foul there on Dalgard.
Oh, don't know why that free kick was called back. That's nitpicky.
Johnny Fortune over to Bryce Washington. Nice ball to find Mackie Diop, but Mackie Diop finds Steven Dos Santos from Tampa Bay. Lewis Hilton works it backwards to Forrest Lasso. Bryce Washington gets in the way there. The back and forth continues.
Advantage. Fortune wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Abdoulaye Diop there to get possession back for the Stripes.
Nice tackle from Abdoulaye Diop.
Mikey Ambrose. Darwin Mateus. Pass from Ambrose is deflected up into the air. Dalgard keeps it in, but it's going to stick with Atlanta United 2 with possession. Abdoulaye Diop, a risky pass. Here comes Tampa Bay.
Those passes are tough on this wet surface. It just couldn't get through it.
Fernandez. A couple of different ideas, and he'll just peel it back for Aaron Guillen.
No need to risk anything. Tampa Bay with the early goal. They can be patient when they need to be.
Lasso back to Loro. Headed all the way down, but Rocco Rios Novo will gather for Atlanta United 2. 2.5 minutes plus any added time here for the first 45. Bauer and Bryce Washington to a Johnny Fortune. Back to the middle with Bauer. Mikey Ambrose, Robbie Mertz will track it down. Rios Novo. And Bryce Washington again. Trying to draw a very disciplined Tampa Bay Rowdies team out a little bit. Ambrose. Robbie Mertz.
Just look at how Tampa Bay condenses the space, though. That last shot with Atlanta up against the touchline, you could see 6 Tampa Bay players there to just pin them in.
Good idea trying to get it to a Johnny Fortune. Forrest Lasso clears. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2. They'll take it in quickly.
It's got to be faster for Atlanta United 2. When Tampa Bay Rowdies can get back and set up defensively, really difficult to break down.
Mikey Ambrose was trying to scoop it and send it down the left channel. It goes out, and it'll be a throw for Tampa Bay. Coming up at halftime, we'll let you know what else is going on around the USL Championship, update you with some of the scores for some of the early games here in the Eastern Conference. News and notes, news from one of the expansion franchises. I'll let you know what's going on there. Foul on Lawrence Wyke on a Johnny Fortune.
Wyke grabbed Fortune. Fortune went down to make sure he got the call, but Wyke had him in a bear hug.
Lopez looking for a partner, but comes back the other way with Tampa Bay.
Tackled away from Lopez.
Guenzati and Fernandez. Back to Lawrence Wyke. Looking for Dalgard. It's going to stick with Tampa Bay here for a throw as we clear 45. 2 minutes will be added here to the first 45 minutes in Kennesaw. There's Mikey Ambrose in his second straight start for Atlanta United 2.
We've seen Caleb Wiley play a lot this season for Atlanta United 2. A lot of games, a lot of minutes at 16 years old. It's nice to have Mikey Ambrose fit into this group, help elevate this young back line.
Dos Santos tries to send it in, and another goal for Tampa Bay. It is 2 on the board, and it's Guenzati again. Another goal for Guenzati, a brace in the first half, 14 on the year, and it's 2-0 to the Rowdies.
That's how fast they can do it. The Rowdies don't need a ton of the ball. They just need an opening. Dos Santos across to Guenzati. Washington caught ball watching at the end. Too easy for Sebastian Guenzati. Get close to the end of the half. Sometimes that focus slips. It slipped for the twos. And now they've got a even bigger hill to climb in the second half.
14 on the year now for Sebastian Guenzati.
Second assist of the season for Dos Santos. 5 goals, 2 assists in 11 starts for him. And 14 goals for the captain, Guenzati.
Coming into tonight, Tampa Bay 16-6-1, 2 points clear of Pittsburgh, but they also had 2 matches in hand, as Pittsburgh has played the most in the Atlantic Division so far, 25 matches played. Tampa Bay just trying to keep their distance from the Riverhounds and stay on top of the Atlantic. And they put 2 on the board here in Kennesaw against Atlanta United 2. Camden Feo tried to keep it down the left-hand channel, goes back to Tampa Bay. 1 more rush for them before the end of the first 45. Sent in, and Rios Novo is there to send it away, but not all the way out. But that'll be it for the first 45. Melvin Rivas blows his whistle, and Tampa Bay has 2 on the board after the first 45 minutes.
Not good enough from Atlanta United 2. Some mental lapses. They give up a goal very early and very late and now they have a lot of work to do. We'll see what Jack Collison has dialed up for the second half.
When we come back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium, we will get you caught up with everything going on around the USL Championship, but the story is Tampa Bay after the first 45, leading the Stripes 2-0. This is the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Stick and stay. Halftime around the corner.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truest, together for better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truest, together for better.
No matter what life throws your way, Piedmont Urgent Care by Well Street is here for you. Our virtual urgent care visit connects you with a Piedmont clinic provider wherever you are. Get treatment for minor illnesses and injuries, and learn about COVID-19 testing. Start your virtual urgent care visit online. In-person visits are also available at our 27 locations. Wherever and whenever you need it, we offer more ways to get care. Book now at piedmonturgentcare.org/virtual visit.
Welcome back to the Proving Ground, a wet proving ground. Once again, welcome to Summer in the South. Tampa Bay leading Atlanta United 2 by the score of 2-0 after the first 45 minutes. Time to catch you up with everything else that is going on around the USL Championship. News out of Monterey Bay, and they are joining the USL Championship in 2022. They've broken ground on Cardinal Stadium. It's going to be a shared-use facility serving as the home venue for Monterey Bay FC, and it's also going to be a place that will showcase Cal State University Monterey Bay teams and games as well. The Cardinal Auto Group helping out with Monterey Bay FC and the naming of the facility, the shared use that is going to be there on the campus of CSUMB. Reminder also that it is Hispanic Heritage Month as of September 15th through October 15th. It's an annual month-long celebration dedicated to celebrating, paying tribute to the histories, cultures, and contributions of generations of Hispanic and Latino Americans. The USL will celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month over this 4 weeks. The league will recognize, honor, and celebrate members of the Hispanic community that have shaped the USL, its clubs, and communities across the United States. For more information on that, go to uslchampionship.com and click on the Hispanic Heritage Month tab. And one of the stories also at uslchampionship.com has some local flair to it. Rocco Rios Nova ranks second in the championship in expected goals differential. We've seen his prowess between the sticks for Atlanta United 2 this year, one of only 3 keepers to have recorded 2 penalty kick saves. And USL Championship has come up with a list of the top 20 Hispanic players in the year 2021. Rocco Rios Novo deservedly on that list. Let's take a look at some of the scores and your TV schedule going on around the USL Championship. In the second half, Charlotte Independence and Pittsburgh, they are goalless. That result, obviously, combined with what is going on here, does not help Pittsburgh a whole lot when it comes to staying within earshot of Tampa Bay. Indy 11 trailing Lou City 1-0. That one is in the 63rd minute. At the break, Birmingham Legion and OKC Energy here in the Central Division, they are goalless. Miami and Charleston, they had a 7:30 start scheduled as well. And early on, FC Tulsa and Austin, they are goalless in the 20th minute there as well in one of those East-West crossover matchups that you have so far this season. Take a peek at the TV schedule on the ESPN family of networks. And as you're looking at action later tonight, after this match is over, New Mexico United looking to get back into the playoff race in the Mountain. They could use full points against Real Monarchs. Also at 10 o'clock, Oakland Roots, who have really caught on in the last 2 months. They have stormed up the standings in the West. They have an opportunity against LA Galaxy 2. Phoenix Rising can really put some distance between themselves and everyone else in the West, playing Orange County SC. That one's at 10:30. Also at 10:30, Sacramento Republic and San Antonio FC. Tomorrow, Red Bulls 2, Memphis 901. Memphis 901 could use full points against the team that is at the bottom, toward the bottom of the table in the Atlantic. That's a 1 o'clock start. Also, San Diego Loyal and Tacoma Defiance. That is a 6 o'clock start on your Sunday. That is some of the upcoming schedule in the USL Championship across ESPN Plus and the ESPN family of networks. That's just a small sample of what's going on around the USL Championship. Here's more about what's going on.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Right-footed shot, and it's in! Knocked away. Looking for Para, could fall for an opportunity here. The shot comes in! Oh, it's brilliant!
I did get an interesting text from someone in the Phoenix organization talking about how big and physical that game was, and maybe they didn't necessarily know it was going to be just like that. I think they got a good taste. By the way, in case you're wondering, Forrest Lasso is competing for the Summer Olympics in gymnastics. Just wanted you to know. What you
so
got next?
Lee Cohen, he was part of that routine.
Bring it to me.
Forrest Lasso, the defender of the year, leaping over the ad boards and pirouetting his way toward the dugout.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. Halftime winding down, getting ready for the second 45 minutes. 2 goals by Sebastian Guenzati give him 14 on the year. 1 in the second minute, 1 at 45, and then some. 2-0 Tampa Bay leading Atlanta United 2 here in Kennesaw, Georgia. Let's take a peek at the standings as they are coming into tonight, starting off with the Central Division. You see how it is pretty much 2 groups. Lou City, 44 points, 4 points clear of Birmingham, same number of matches played. FC Tulsa is third at 38, so 6 points separating those top 3. Then it's 5 points separating 4 through 7. We mentioned Memphis with their game upcoming. They still have matches in hand right now at 25 points. OKC's at 30. Atlanta United 2 came into tonight at 29. Indy 11 was trailing Lou City, so Lou City could get to 47 if they get full points. Sporting Kansas City 2, they are at 19 points. So it's 2 groups in the Central Division. Let's take a peek at the Atlantic Division coming into tonight. We've mentioned Tampa Bay on top with 49 points. Pittsburgh only getting a draw at the moment, so that doesn't help them much if they're trying to stay in step with Tampa Bay. The Miami FC, they are at 41 points. They're right now safely in third, then the race for fourth. You've got those 3 teams that are separated by 5 points Charleston Battery with matches in hand against Hartford and Charlotte, but Charlotte right now 34 points, Hartford at 30, and Charleston at 29. You see Red Bulls 2 and Loudoun United at 16 points and 11 points, respectively. That's your look at how things stack in the Eastern Conference. Now, let's take a look at the Team of the Week here in the USL Championship, brought to us by our friends at Clear Audio. For Week 21, a familiar face was the Player of the Week. Jan Ekrig, you've seen him tonight with Tampa Bay. Also, Sebastian Guenzati as a member of the Team of the Week as well. In the Eastern Conference, you see Connor Sparrow between the sticks for the Miami FC, Hugh Roberts from Charlotte. Representation out west, Fabian Garcia from Austin, San Diego Loyals, Elijah Martin, Canardo Forbes from Pittsburgh, Sylvain Marveau from Charlotte, Aiden Quinn from Phoenix Rising, Irvin Parra from Charlotte, and Cristiano Francois from the Miami FC. That is your Team of the Week for Week 21 here in the USL Championship, presented by our friends at Clear Audio. When we come back, it'll be stats and highlights and getting you ready for the second 45 minutes. Atlanta United 2 with a hill to climb against the leaders in the Atlantic. Tampa Bay leading 2-0. This is the USL Championship on ESPN+. Stick and stay. We'll return to a wet Kennesaw after this.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truest, together for better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truest, together for better.
No matter what life throws your way, Piedmont Urgent Care by Well Street is here for you. Our virtual urgent care visit connects you with a Piedmont clinic provider wherever you are. Get treatment for minor illnesses and injuries, and learn about COVID-19 testing. Start your virtual urgent care visit online. In-person visits are also available at our 27 locations. Wherever and whenever you need it, we offer more ways to get care. Book now at piedmonturgentcare.org/virtual visit.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. We're getting you ready for the second 45 minutes. Tampa Bay leading Atlanta United 2 by the score of 2-0. And down on the pitch, it is head coach Jack Collison, a very wet head coach Jack Collison for Atlanta United 2. Coach, it's John and Jason upstairs. What'd you think of the first 45? It came down to 2 moments.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, they are where they are because they're a good team, very compact. They're very organised with their press. And obviously they're dangerous in transition, and it's just disappointing to concede two really poor goals. And we work so hard to shift them, to create them key moments, and unfortunately we get 2 real good opportunities in the first half, and obviously Darwin and Eric could just slightly off the mark. But the good thing about this team, I think what you'll see, they never say die. They've come back from losing positions 7 times this year, so there's a lot of belief out there still, and you can guarantee they're going to keep fighting and pushing right to the very last kick.
What options do you have to change it up in the second half?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got an exciting bench, so I'm sure it's not too long till you see 1 or 2 of them coming in and obviously looking to make an impact. A couple of slight tweaks here in terms of position, so we'll see how it goes for 5 or 10, and then obviously look to freshen it up.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for your time. We'll keep an eye on things down there in the second half. Jack Collison, the head coach of Atlanta United 2, joining us down there on the pitch. Let's take a look at your first half numbers. And Jason, 2 goals on the board for Tampa, but then you have all the other categories. What stands out?
Yeah, I mean, possession, that's typical for Atlanta United 2 and for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Maybe a little bit less possession for them than they're accustomed to. But Atlanta United 2 is not creating enough out of it. 3 shots, 1 on target. As Jack Collison said, a couple of really good opportunities that they weren't able to exploit.
So that's a look at your numbers here as we get ready for the second 45 minutes. And the rain is still coming down here in Kennesaw. Coming down harder and harder as the night has gone along. Thought about it mid to late afternoon, but then it has picked up. And here we go for the second 45 here for Atlanta United 2 and the Atlantic Division leading Tampa Bay Rowdies. In the second half, Atlanta United 2 in their all black. They will be going from right to left as you are viewing, and in the all neon, Tampa Bay will be going from your left to your right.
So Jack Collison mentioned some tweaks here. One of them we're seeing right now, Bradley Camden-Feo on the left side, really pushing forward. Mikey Ambrose higher up the pitch. I want to see how this looks once we get a full shot. Mackie Jope also apparently maybe a little more central. Let's see if maybe the shape could have changed for Atlanta United 2.
You mentioned the bench for Atlanta United 2. Aiden McFadden is on the bench for Atlanta United 2. Philip Goodrum is there. Connor Stanley is there. Brendan Lamb, Jackson Conway, all there for Jack Collison here in the second 45. Second ball won by Abdoulaye Diop. Lawrence Wyke and Jan Ekra will get possession for Tampa Bay.
Great tackle by Camden-Feo, but it falls back to Ekra.
Ekra over to the edge in Dalgard. Slipping on the turf. Stays with it. Mikey Ambrose for the foul.
Dalgard so tricky out wide, giving Mikey Ambrose a lot of problems tonight. Dalgard's a handful for any left back in this league.
Played in every match this season, has started in about half of them. Goal and 2 assists to his credit. Hilton and Fernandez standing over the ball. Two-man wall for Atlanta United 2. Fernandez with the left, Hilton with the right. Hilton up and over, headed, and just wide. Chance was there for Tampa Bay out of the blocks.
Guinzotti again, just trying to lean back and redirect that. Goes wide, but not by much. Rios Novo brings it back into play quickly.
Back and forth with Camden-Feo. Now Bryce Washington. Bauer, almost away from a Johnny Fortune, keeps possession back to Bryce Washington. Washington to Rios Novo, over to Camden-Feo on the left.
In the buildup, you can create a line of 4 with Rios Novo as one of the 4. Camden-Feo wide to the left, Bauer wide to the right, and Ambrose and Mertz pushed up very high.
Nice ball to Lopez, and Mackie Jope lost possession. Ambrose got it. Back with Abdoulaye Diop and back to Camden-Feo, but Diop will try to bring it forward for Atlanta United 2. Sends it over to Bryce Washington. The Stripes will try it again. Rios Novo. Ekra was there to challenge, but Johnny Fortune's got a little bit of space.
Good work in the build-up by Atlanta United 2. Excellent work.
Ambrose. Abdoulaye Diop back and forth with Eric Lopez. In with the right, Mackie Diop chests it down. Diop goes down.
He gets grabbed. He goes down to try to get the call, but he gets grabbed by Leo Fernandez. Looked like Fernandez grabbed a handful of shirt.
Get another look at that in just a little bit. Dos Santos for Tampa Bay to Lawrence Wyke and Jordan Scarlett. Scarlett with room. He had Dalgard to his right. Sends it forward. Bryce Washington is there to marshal it to Rios Novo. Well, that's a little bit of a dangerous idea. And checking off his line To send it in and over the bar was Tampa Bay. A close call for Atlanta United, too.
Just not on the same page. The pressure made that really difficult for Washington and Rios Novo to deal with. Let's go back to the Mackie Jope situation. Brings it down off his chest. There's a grab. I mean, Leo Fernandez grabs him. There's no way around it. He grabs him. Now Mackie Jope goes down and tries to make more of it. But he's grabbed. And the grab impedes the run. Is it enough to get the penalty? Probably not the way this game has been called, but it easily could have been given in that moment. There was a grab.
Up the right, Darwin Mateus tried to send it further on into the attacking third, but at last touches Tampa Bay. Comes back to a throw for Atlanta United 2. As we're in the 51st minute, the 2 goals on the board from Sebastian Guenzati are the difference.
That Mackie Jope situation, it's one of those that you see maybe a veteran in this league or in any league really gets that call, and somebody like Mackie Jope doesn't get that call. Not a whole lot in it.
Fortune to Robbie Mertz. Lost his footing, found Eric Lopez, though. Trying to get something done in a very short amount of space. 4 for Tampa Bay, 3 for Atlanta United 2. The Rowdies come away with it.
So Bauer pushing up wider to the right and higher when he gets the opportunities. Washington is playing as a center back now. That's a change. Oh, great turn by Ekra.
Ekra gets away from Abdoulaye Diop, has a lot of room. Bryce Washington challenge left for Dos Santos, who wants to set it up with the right and deflected by Bauer away. That close to goal number 3.
Bauer gets there in front of Guenzati, trying to get the captain the hat trick, but Bauer breaks it up. Let's look at it again from a different angle. Good positioning by Bauer.
Little job. Little job. That's all I'm asking. I did the same in the first half. I'm all asking for a little job. They said nothing in the first half.
Apologize for that. But you see the conversation going on between the AR and Lewis Hilton. The AR wanted Lewis Hilton to get there a little faster than he was. Hilton with the right. Sent away by Mackie Jope all the way out towards center circle. They'll go all the way back to Evan Loro. Big right, goes from one end to the other. Rocco Rios Novo is there. And here comes Bradley Camden Feo to Mikey Ambrose. Mateus taken out by Jordan Scarlett. Looks like a card was given to Jordan Scarlett. So that'll be a yellow. And it's his 4th yellow on the season for Jordan Scarlett. Let's take another look.
Darwin Mateus down the line. Yeah, that's a reckless challenge from Jordan Scarlett. Gets a lot of Mateus. Yellow card for him. Tampa Bay, by the way, has set that record in the USL Championship. Longest run without conceding a goal. It was held by Rio Grande Valley, 759 minutes 5 years ago. That was the record. Now the Tampa Bay Rowdies own it.
764 and counting. Up into the air, Loro punches it away and out of the area. Winding up and trying to see what could happen was Robbie Mertz. It goes over the bar.
Leaning back at the end of it. Mertz wasn't able to get over it.
Let's see how long it takes Evan Loro to bring the ball back into play after the discussion he had in the first half with Melvin Rivas.
So what we're seeing from Atlanta United 2 is a line of 5 with Mertz as a wingback, Ambrose as a wingback on the left side, Mertz on the right side. But they get very high in the attack, and then Bauer kind of becomes a right back when needed.
Turnover by Tampa Bay. Here comes Darwin Mateus. He can't keep control of it. Set away, and it's going to be a throw for Atlanta United 2 in the middle third.
Just can't get control in those moments, Atlanta United 2. The shift in the back line from Collison is to try to get more numbers forward. I think to free up Mertz a little bit as well.
Bauer. Back to Bryce Washington. The rain really coming down now. Back and forth with the Johnny Fortune. Back over to Rocco Rios Novo.
Rowdies don't mind this. The Rowdies will just sit in their own half. Front three will shift side to side. Atlanta's going to have to force it a little bit more like this.
Ambrose and Dalgard. Dalgard is there. Off of Lewis Hilton, it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2. Eric Lopez. Lopez. Mateus tried a bit of a back heel. Tampa Bay comes charging out with it now. Well done there by Guenzati to get out of a jam. Looking to send it to Fernandez, and it'll just go out, and it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 halfway through the 56th.
That's the thing about Guenzati. I mean, he can drop into the midfield and still be one of the most impactful players in the league. He reads the game so well. He could play as an 8 in this league and be outstanding. But you want him higher up the pitch to be able to get on the end of things like we've seen tonight.
Lewis Hilton and Eric Lopez get tangled up. It ends up heading up all the way back to Rocco Rios Novo here in the 57th minute. Long pass intercepted by Tampa Bay.
Yeah, this is the problem against a team like the Rowdies, because Atlanta does have to force it. The patience has to go out the window a little bit, because at least a point is needed in the standings. 3 would be much desired by Atlanta United 2, but you've got to force the game. You've got to play more direct. That plays right into the hands of the Rowdies.
Dalgard, Ekra cuts it inside, finds Lawrence Wyke. Wyke, Fernandez, top of the 6th, over the bar. Another chance there for Tampa Bay. Just missed again.
Just a little behind Guenzati. Lawrence Wyke had his hands on his head. If Guenzati lets that go, I think Wyke scores. But you're on a hat trick. You're going to try whatever you can to try to get goal number 3.
Yep. Robbie Mertz charging through the Tampa Bay defense. He's stood up. Bauer gets possession back for Atlanta United 2 quickly. Mikey Ambrose now. Eric Lopez. Foul on Dalgard.
Nice work by Lopez to draw this foul.
Dalgard wanting an explanation. Melvin Rivas giving it to him. Set piece opportunity here for Atlanta United 2.
Those are the situations where Rivas is allowing a lot. Dalgard's on a yellow. Dalgard was on a yellow that was, I think, a very dark yellow into the orange shade, getting close to red.
Yep.
And he commits a foul there that's an obvious foul, and Rivas allows him a lot of room to dissent. I would not be surprised if Neil Collins pulled Dalgard pretty soon.
Ambrose looking far post, headed away Forrest Lasso, and winding up and wide was Mackie Joe. Word from the USL. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more information, visit usl-academy.com.
Love what USL is doing with the academy side of things. You know, we've talked a lot about the homegrowns that have come through the Atlanta United Academy, making their way into MLS. George Campbell, who starred here for Atlanta United 2 in 2019, scoring his first MLS goal this week. But a lot of teams across the country in the USL are starting to develop their own homegrown talent. Really exciting to see.
Hilton. Fernandez. Stood up by Robbie Mertz. Lawrence Wyke there for reinforcements. But great work by Robbie Mertz there against Tampa Bay.
Excellent defensive work from Mertz. Been so good as a playmaker for this team, creating opportunities. This night calls for something just a little different. He always embraces that challenge.
Ekra. Ambrose gets in the way there. Fortune. Back to Camden Feo. He'll give to Mikey Ambrose. Sent forward with the left. Mackie Jope. Chests it down. Can't keep control. Jordan Scarlett is there. Down guard. Hilton. Cuts it back. Aaron Guillen was there. Wyke is there now. Bauer is there against Wyke. He'll go all the way back to Lasso, and Lasso goes all the way back to Loro.
It's great from Loro, not to just blast that long, but to pick out a long pass on the ground.
And especially in these conditions as they continue to worsen here. Dos Santos, down guard. Back to Hilton. Abdoulaye Diop was chasing, coming all the way back over to Aaron Guillen. Into the middle with the left, through Dos Santos. Dalgard is there. Pushes it forward, looking for Wyke. Another opportunity, well defended by Camden Feo. Wyke into the middle. And Abdoulaye Diop will clear, not all the way out. Hilton. Dalgard again. In with the right, top of the sixth. Headed off the bar. Another chance for Tampa Bay. Wyke winding, blocked and away. But the Rowdies keep possession again. Dalgard a third time. Mikey Ambrose defending. Ball's not going to go out, so Mikey Ambrose has to gain possession with it. Atlanta United 2 does. Bradley Camden Feo sends it down. Here's a chance for Mackie Jope. Players on the deck. Jordan Scarlett chasing. Tackle top of the box. Nothing happening there. Lawrence Wyke and Robbie Mertz going after it. You saw the Charlotte update. Charlotte leading 1-0 as they try to stay in that fourth place. Eric Lopez tries to cut in on Lasso. Well done by Forrest Lasso.
What a tackle from Lasso. We've got two potential penalty situations to look at when we get an opportunity. Guinzotti wanted one at the beginning of all of this. Mackie Jope, I think it was a clean tackle from Scarlett, but there were three players coming together from the Rowdies in that, converging on Mackie Jope. Guinzotti then heads it off the crossbar after shouting for a penalty first on the challenge from Camden Feo. Replay crew is going to get a workout.
Ambrose on Dalgard. Jan Ekra now. Center circle. Gets away from Abdoulaye Diop. Gets the ball back in return. Dalgard. Sends it back to Lewis Hilton. Back and forth with Ekra. Hilton with a little bit of space now. Ekra in the cycle. Fortune was there defending. Hilton, almost too much on it for Lawrence Wyke. Mateus is chasing. Wyke with it again. In from the left, through everything. Can Dalgard track it down? Yes, he can. Stays in. Dalgard sends it in with the right. Headed away by Bauer. Robbie Mertz will get there ahead of Lawrence Wyke, and he'll send it along, but not out once again. Here comes Tampa Bay. You see the update with Lou City and Indy 11. Lou City looking like they're going to get full points and staying on top of the Central Division. Their 14th win of the year gives them 47 points. Indy 11 tied with Atlanta United 2, coming in at 29 points for 5th and 6th as they're both chasing OKC Energy.
Yeah, current results right now have Lou City leading the division, Birmingham next with 41, Tulsa on 38, but then it gets really interesting with OKC Energy 31, Atlanta United 2 in the position they're in 29, Indy 11 position they're in also on 29.
Halfway through the 65th minute. Camden Feo to Rios Novo. Through Bryce Washington to Bauer. To Johnny Fortune. Robbie Mertz. Fortune's there to help out. Mertz keeps possession, tries to get past Lawrence Wyke. There's your Birmingham OKC score, tied at 1s in the 68th at BBVA Field. Lopez into Mackie Jope. Nice flick to Lopez. Can he do something with it? Looked like Scarlett got down to deflect it high into the air. Easy grab for Evan Loro.
The slide from Scarlett just in front of Eric Lopez. Pops that shot straight up into the air.
Evan Loro with the fastball right towards center circle. Here comes Tampa Bay again. Dalgard looking for Dos Santos.
Bryce Washington might have got popped in the mouth inadvertently.
Mertz is there. Dos Santos can't quite settle it down, but he does finally. The edge of the 6, or the edge of the 18. Mikey Ambrose gets it away, and he'll send it forward with the left.
Yeah, Bryce Washington just went down behind the play. Dos Santos caught him. You can see the look on Bryce Washington's face. He went down to a knee after the initial kind of coming together with Dos Santos. Okay, here's the sequence with what Guanzotti wanted as a penalty. Can't really tell from that angle. You could hear it live. Then Guanzotti recovered to head it off the crossbar. Atlanta dealt with that. Now this over the top gets through everybody. Mackie Jope gets in behind.
What do you think?
It's a tough one because Guillen comes across, and you can't tell if he actually gets to the ball or not. We got a sub. Eric Lopez's night is done. Connor Stanley. I don't think it's a clear penalty. I don't think any of them are clear penalties. You're not going to call the one for Guanzotti. Mackie Jope's not going to get the one going the other way. I think the Guanzotti one is the closer call. Jackson Conway also in for Mackie Jope, so a different look up top for Atlanta United too. I think Rivas got that right by not calling a penalty in either situation.
There's your look at Jackson Conway. Jackson Conway scored the first goal the first match of this homestand, putting Atlanta United 2 on top of Charleston in the midweek 1-0.
Conway gets a haircut, scores a goal. Can't be a coincidence.
No. Right there with you. Lewis Hilton for Tampa Bay. Back to Loro and Scarlett. Scarlett with a lot of room. That gets closed down. Camden Feo gets in the way. Dos Santos and Washington. That battle's still going on.
It's a little bit of an interesting situation for Atlanta United, too. When you look at the table, they're 2 points back of OKC Energy, who right now look like they're going to get to 31 on the draw tonight. Now, 2-point difference, but then you look at the goal differential with these teams. Atlanta United 2 has scored far more goals than OKC or Indy 11. They have a -1 goal differential now. OKC Energy -3, Indy 11 -8. They have a game in hand. Atlanta United 2 has to go for something here, even if it's at the expense of potentially giving up another. I think they really have to open it up and take some big chances going forward.
There's Tulsa against Austin Bold. That score at the half. The Bold leading that one 1-0 in one of those east-west crossovers. You mentioned Birmingham and OKC. They have 20 minutes to go. They are still tied at 1s. And this is what we're going to be doing toward the tail end of the home season here, is keeping an eye on everything else going on around us because of Atlanta United 2 chasing after that 4th playoff spot here in the Central Division.
It was great work by Bauer to keep that in. Stanley now in the match. Great in the 1v1 situations. Would love to see Stanley over here on the left side a little bit, running at Jordan Scarlett on a yellow. Dalgard on a yellow as well. Trying to put them under a little pressure to see if that second yellow and a red can appear.
About 20 minutes to go, and any other time that gets tacked on. Game 2 in this 3-game homestand. Other scores out west. RGV, a future opponent for Atlanta United 2. That one is coming up on the 25th. They lead Colorado Springs and Haji Berry 1-0. That one's in the 28th minute. Fortune to Mikey Ambrose. Back to a Johnny Fortune. Steven Dos Santos pokes that one away, and here comes Tampa Bay all over again. Jan Ekra tries to get past Bradley Camden-Feo as the last line of defense. He does not. Camden-Feo stands up Dalgard. Dalgard's on the turf.
Dalgard, oh, and he gets the call, too. He runs into Bradley Camden-Feo and goes down. Let's take another look at this. Dalgard plays it up, just runs into Camden-Feo. There's nothing Bradley Camden-Feo can do.
No.
Doesn't get his hands up into his face or anything. Don't think it's a foul to begin with. Dalgard wanted a yellow on Camden-Feo. It was never going to happen there.
I mean, it looked like a collision, two guys going to one spot.
No, you're giving Dalgard too much credit. He knows exactly what he's doing. He runs into the defender to try to get a call.
Foul
this
on
time,
foul on Mikey Ambrose.
Gets a call.
Yeah,
that one's a foul on Mikey Ambrose. It's a savvy team. I mean, that's the thing about the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They know how to work these situations. Mikey Ambrose was getting close to a yellow card anyway. That's correct. But the Rowdies know how to work these situations. They get under your skin a little bit. They're physical. They work the referees well. Bunch of veteran players here. I think we're seeing the best team in USL Championship in the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
There's the official word on Mikey's yellow, and they come at you from a bunch of different ways and a bunch of different personality and physical traits. You have that physical force like Steven Dos Santos. Then you have Dalgard. You have Lawrence Wyke and Lewis Hilton there in the middle. You've got Gonzatti as well.
They're different than they have been in previous seasons. I think they're more complete.
Sent in. First ball won by Bauer.
Great work by Stanley to win this.
Jackson Conway sprinting ahead of Connor Stanley, and he gets dumped by Lawrence Wyke, and just going to get a foul call there.
It was Conway who won that header on the backside. Stanley broke out with it. Wyke commits the foul to break up the play. Smart decision there on Lawrence Wyke's part. Doesn't get the yellow. But no, this Rowdies team, in my opinion, adding Dos Santos, adding Wyke, they're more complete. I felt like they were a team that could win the physical battles, could win the direct play last year and in previous years. But in a game where they had to create their own opportunities, I didn't know how it would work for them as well. This team has playmakers. This team can play a defensive game. They can play more of a possession game because they have the players who are comfortable on the ball. And they still have that physicality. And we've talked about it all night. They still have the shutout streak going. Defensively, they're a team that can go into knockout situations and keep you on the 0 on the board.
Second ball battle there. Great work to try to send it toward net by Tampa Bay, but Rocco Rios Nova will get there.
Some more attacking options on the bench for Jack Collison if he wants to turn to them. Matias Benitez, Philip Goodrum available. Aiden McFadden is on the bench as well. That short rest for Atlanta United too factors in tonight as well. Played on Wednesday. Tampa Bay did not play in the midweek.
Great ball by Jackson Conway. Abdoulaye Diop. Fortune.
I think we might be seeing Benitez for Mateus here shortly for Atlanta United too.
Abdoulaye Diop. Johnny Fortune. That line of 3 for Tampa Bay. Bradley Camden-Feo. Mikey Ambrose. Too much from Robbie Mertz on the return. It goes back to Tampa Bay, and it looks like Tampa Bay is going to be making some substitutions as well. Looks like Lucky Mkosana is now coming into the match. He will take over for Steven Dos Santos up top.
Lucky Mkosana's been with the Rowdies a few different times in his career. We're going to get Philip Goodrum for a Johnny Fortune as well. It's a very attack-minded sub for Collison. Last win for an Atlanta team against the Tampa Bay Rowdies was in 2014 when the Silverbacks defeated the Rowdies at Al Lang. Lucky Mkosana was on the field that night for the Rowdies. Rowdies legend Georgi Hristov scored in that one. You had somebody like him on this team, forget it. This team would be winning everything.
Sent through. Kasana is there. Wants to set with the right, but it's right on to Rios Novo. Quickly to Robbie Mertz. Bauer forward. Jackson Conway tries to get past Forrest Lasso. Good luck on that. Last touch by Atlanta United 2. It's going to go back to Tampa Bay. Guillen with the throw. Mkosana collides with Bauer. Mkosana will come away with it. Cut back to Jan Ekra. Dalgard. Tries to cut it in with the left. Wyke. Fernandez. Into the top of the 6th, and Mikey Ambrose just chests it back to Rocco Rios Novo in control as we start the 77th minute. Good idea from Robbie Mertz, looking for Philip Goodrum. Lawrence White gets in the way. They're going to call a foul.
Got to be a yellow now. Has to be a yellow on White. Yes, he's going to get it. $17 fouls committed by the Rowdies tonight. 9 for Atlanta United 2. Good. That was White's 5th foul of the night.
4th yellow of the season for him. Abdoulaye Diop to Mikey Ambrose. Darwin Mateus in with the left. Far post looking for Jackson Conway. Last touch by Atlanta United 2.
Looked like Conway might have heard footsteps from Guillen behind. That's a good ball from Darwin Mateus. Conway has to attack that.
Lauro De Lasso forward with the left, looking for Jan Ekra and finds him. Springs Dalgard.
What a ball from Ekra.
Mikey Ambrose getting turned around, then nicely done to get it away. It'll be a deep throw for Tampa Bay.
Great recovery from Ambrose.
Late in the 78th minute.
Aiden McFadden will be coming into the match for Mikey Ambrose.
Atlanta United substitution in 79 exiting the match number 33, Mikey Ambrose. Entering the match number 2, Aiden McFadden.
We're also going to see Matias Benitez.
Yep.
That's the one for Mateus.
Another Atlanta United 2 substitution, exiting the match number 10, Darwin Mateus.
79 minutes for Mateus tonight.
Dangerous at times. Not able to create enough tonight, Darwin Mateus.
Benitez on Jan Ekra. Over to Lawrence Wyke. Wants to set it up with the left, just wide.
Took a deflection. It's going to be a corner for the Rowdies. Wyke just shifts it over to the left, the shot. I'm not quite sure where the deflection is.
It didn't look like the ball changed rotation in any way.
Referee was right there behind it, though. You can see Rivas in the shot. Immediately signaled that it took a slight deflection.
Lewis Hilton set to send it in for Tampa Bay. Scarlett looked like he wanted to try to head it. Looked like it was punched out a little bit by Rocco Rios Novo. It's going to stick with Atlanta United 2.
Yeah, Rios Novo got that away. McFadden's on the left side. He's replaced Ambrose. He's going to stay on the left, at least for the time being. See if they reshape.
Substitutions now for Tampa Bay. Connor Antley checking in here in the 81st minute, and I think that's the night for Sebastian Guenzati. And Jordan Doherty checking in for Lawrence Wyke. So 81 minutes for Lawrence Wyke, 81 minutes for Sebastian Guenzati. Connor Antley is in, and Jordan Doherty is in for Tampa Bay here for the final 10+ minutes.
Really underrated pickup by the Rowdies, getting Lawrence Wyke this offseason. Just adds a different kind of personality to that midfield. I think he's playing his best position as well in a central midfield role. Guenzati, I mean, what more can you say about him? He's one of the best players in this league, and he's been that for quite a while now.
Bryce Washington back and forth with Bauer. Rocco Rios Novo. Good work to spring Bauer a little bit. There's Connor Stanley. Lewis Hilton was on him. Update from BBVA. Birmingham and OKC in the 84th. They are tied at 1.
To Atlanta United 2 and also Indy 11 watching scores. They wouldn't mind if Birmingham found another goal. Battle for 4th place between OKC, Atlanta United 2, and Indy, and potentially Memphis with those games in hand.
Yep.
It's going to go down to the wire.
Bryce Washington looking for Jackson Conway. Scarlett was there. Quick back and forth pinballing. Abdoulaye Diop tried to get it from Lucky Mkosana. Rivas saw nothing there. Atlanta United 2 continues.
Mkosana has to get a yellow for that, though. I mean, that dive was overly excessive.
Mertz on Ekra, trying to get away from Robbie Mertz. In the Atlantic, Charleston chasing after that 4th spot with the Miami FC. They've got the lead there. Mertz. Foul from behind on Lasso on Goodrum, so it'll be a set piece for Atlanta United 2 here in the 83rd.
Goodrum sold it. Lasso was behind him, wasn't going to let him turn. Goodrum draws that contact and gets this. Take another look. The ball in from Mertz. Lasso, I think, comes in with the right leg a little bit into the back. A lot of times that doesn't get called. This time I think Goodrum does a good job of selling it. Set piece opportunity.
McFadden looking back post, headed and just wide. Great idea by Atlanta United 2. Wide there for the chance.
Good delivery from McFadden. Goodrum gets a pretty clean look at this. Atlanta's claiming it went off of a Rowdies player. They're not going to get the corner. Delivery from McFadden. Goodrum gets there first. I don't think it comes off of Lasso. Goodrum had the chance to try to get that on goal. A good look created by the set piece.
Benitez tried to get it to Bryce Washington, closed the distance to get it to McFadden. Looking for an outlet.
Not many options.
Abdoulaye Diop through the middle, too much. And just sent back down the other way. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 in their own defensive third, early minute 85.
Abdoulaye Diop was driving that through the middle, looking for Jackson Conway, who was near it, but not able to gather it in.
Trying to get through that first line of Ekra, Mkosana, and Fernandez.
That's the underrated part of the Rowdies, is how they press. They don't really step out very high in press, but that front three makes it so difficult.
Good turn by Goodrum, finds Jackson Conway. Turn with the right on to Loro. Rebound chip. Goodrum just missed. There was the chance for Atlanta United 2 to get it to 2-1, and they knew it.
Evan Loro, outstanding goalkeeper. Conway hammers this. Loro makes the save. Does give up more of a rebound than he would have liked, but it's difficult for Goodrum. Big save at the near post from Loro, and his positioning was pretty good. I think he's got it covered on the rebound attempt if Goodrum puts it on goal.
Goodrum had a sharp angle on the rebound. Loro made himself as big as he could, and it was wide for Atlanta United 2 to cut it to 2-1.
Loro bouncing back up so quickly. Goodrum sees it. He's got to be perfect with that follow-up attempt. Loro getting there makes Goodrum have to try to place it in an even tighter spot. Full credit to Evan Loro on that last sequence.
Camden Feo. McFadden. Got Benitez with him. 3 Tampa Bay players there in defense. Abdoulaye Diop, center circle. Mertz and Bryce Washington. 4 minutes plus any added time. McFadden is there, gets it away from Lewis Hilton. Mertz forward with the left, too much looking for McFadden and Conway. Loro will let it drift as far as he can before he picks it up.
Late spark from Atlanta United 2, but can they find an opening? Nobody has against Tampa Bay for a long time.
Mkosana is there. He'll come down with it for Tampa Bay. Dalgard now on the left. Looking for Fernandez, Bryce Washington. They're going to call a foul on Fernandez there. Another late substitution now coming in for Tampa Bay. Juan Tejada now checking in, and that's the night for Jan Ekra.
Outstanding again tonight, Jan Ekra. The reigning USL Championship Player of the Week. 3rd year in Tampa Bay. He's essential, leading this midfield. Tejada, one of the hardest working players you'll find in the league. Does not stop running.
McFadden. A little bit of room, tries to send it with the right, looking for Conway. Backline is there for Tampa Bay, but here comes Atlanta United 2. Goodrum tried to turn. Benitez is there. There's your full-time update. Pittsburgh loses ground on Tampa Bay with the loss to the Charlotte Independents tonight, 1-0.
Independents were honoring the 1981 ASL champion Carolina Lightning tonight.
Picked off by Mkosana. Bradley Camden Feo is there, and there is your Lou City score, 2-0. That one's full time. 4 minutes added for Birmingham and OKC. That one is still 1-1 at BBVA Field.
Birmingham here on Wednesday to face Atlanta United 2.
Austin Bold leading Tulsa 1-0 with 30 minutes to go. RGV, once again, future opponent for Atlanta United 2 on the 25th. They lead Colorado Springs, start of the second half, 1-0. Charleston Battery leading the Miami FC as they chase after the 4th playoff spot in the Atlantic Division. They lead 1-0 30 minutes in. Mertz off of Tejada. Back to Camden Feo and Rocco Rios Novo. Abdoulaye Diop finds Connor Stanley. Camden Feo. Benitez. And returned. Benitez gets past Tejada. Robbie Mertz. Connor Stanley.
Overload on the left to create the space on the right.
Bryce Washington. Bauer to Abdoulaye Diop, who was calling for it. Sends it back to Bradley Camden-Feo. Mimko Sana is chasing. McFadden with a little bit of room. Back and forth quickly. Line of 5 and a line of 4 for Tampa, up and over. But Atlanta United 2 will get possession one more time. Bryce Washington, 4 minutes added here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Connor Stanley trying to get past Sebastian Dalgard, and that did not happen. And so Evan Lauro probably is going to take a little time. One note from the league, the USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward-forever-proud. Lauro sends it forward, and it's going to be a throw off the high hop. We're at Atlanta United 2 as we're winding up the first minute of the 4 that have been added by Melvin Rivas. Scarlett won the first ball. Jackson Conway was looking for it, and here comes Tampa Bay all over again. Jordan Doherty going to call a foul on Atlanta United 2. Quick restart by Doherty. Benitez trying to get past Tejada, and he does. Center circle. Sends it back to Bauer. Benitez again. Fernandez is there. Not enough on the pass. Intercepted by Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay just gives you nothing. They just give you nothing. They are so organized defensively. It's a credit to Neil Collins and his staff.
Philip Goodrum to Robbie Mertz. He's got Conway to his left, tries to send it through, gets it back, still has Conway. Mertz blocked, top of the area, and it's sent away by Tampa Bay.
It's moments of transition where you might be able to find some space against the Rowdies. Atlanta tried to make something happen that time. Mertz got a shot off, but the big block and clear.
One more time through the middle. Tejada keeps possession, keeps it away from McFadden. Hilton sends it through. Flag stays down. Chance for Connor Antley. Cuts inside the area. Cuts it back through everybody. Here comes Atlanta United 2 again. Connor Stanley quickly to Benitez. Looking for some real estate. Sends it back to Bauer. A little over a minute to go. Mertz charging into the attacking third. Cuts it on Tejada. McFadden is there. Big switch. Headed out by Tampa Bay. Camden-Feo tries to get there before Tejada does. Sent out by Tampa Bay. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 with about 45 seconds to go. McFadden to Mertz. Camden-Feo. It's going to go to Tampa Bay as it was last touched by the Atlanta United 2 captain. Camden-Feo. Flicked by Abdoulaye Diop. Headed away. Atlanta United 2 trying to get something done here before Melvin Rivas blows his whistle, and he does. And it's another clean sheet for Tampa Bay. 2 goals on the board on the night for Sebastian Guenzati. It is now over 800 minutes straight that Tampa Bay has not given up a goal in the USL Championship.
I think what you've seen firsthand tonight is why the Tampa Bay Rowdies are the favorites to win USL Cup. This is the best team in the league, incredible defensively. We knew that coming in, but they can create their chances as well. And when you have somebody like Sebastian Guenzati to get on the end of them, this is the best team in the USL Championship.
13th clean sheet on the season for Evan Loro. And when we come back to Kennesaw, we will put a bow on this one. Tampa Bay expands their lead in the Atlantic Division with a 2-0 win over Atlanta United 2. Stick and Stay will return to Kennesaw. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+.
BB&T and SunTrust are now truest, together for better.
No matter what life throws your way, Piedmont Urgent Care by Well Street is here for you. Our virtual urgent care visit connects you with a Piedmont clinic provider wherever you are. Get treatment for minor illnesses and injuries, and learn about COVID-19 testing. Start your virtual urgent care visit online. In-person visits are also available at our 27 locations. Wherever and whenever you need it, we offer more ways to get care. Book now at piedmonturgentcare.org/virtual visit.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
BB&T and SunTrust are now truest, together for better.
Welcome back to the Proving Ground and the site that we see after every Jack Collison match here. They talk things through after the 90 minutes. 2-0 loss tonight to the best team in USL Championship. And this is where they get to learn from tonight, Jason. A 2-0 loss where they had possession, but then there are the other numbers here on the board.
You give up a goal in the first 2 minutes. It's a driven low cross that Rocco Rios Novo can't handle. That changes everything. Then it gets worse when a goal is given up at the very end of the half. Those moments are what separate it, more so than the stats, although 18 shots and 5 on target from Tampa Bay. That's a lot for Atlanta to concede. They didn't create a ton. You knew they weren't going to coming in because of how good Tampa Bay is defensively. But it's the little moments in games that separate right now a team trying to get into a playoff spot in Atlanta and the best team in the league in Tampa Bay.
And the third home match from this homestand comes up in the midweek. Third match in a week's time. Birmingham Legion, who drew tonight at home, comes to Fifth Third Bank Stadium in the midweek. Big match for Atlanta United 2 as they try to chase after the playoff spot, the number 4 in the Central Division. For Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight in Kennesaw. 2-0 win for the Tampa Bay Rowdies against Atlanta United 2. You've been watching the USL Championship on ESPN+. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you in the midweek.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.